This team is fucked. We only have 475 points in 6 weeks. It's so bad. It's about as bad as it could possibly be. It's about as bad as it could possibly be. This guy dropped Deion Jackson in recent. Uh, 1 in 5 is pretty bad. When's playoffs? Week 16? So we've got 10 more games, right? Or 9 more games. So we need to go 9-0. If we finish 10-5, you know, maybe we'll make it in. We're not going to give up on this team, but it's looking pretty bleak with this team. It's looking pretty bleak. We got waiver number 3. How's Cousins been doing? Oh, he's on a bye this week. He's been doing okay. Prescott is available. Really? Why didn't we have him on our team? Why didn't we have Prescott? And we got Tua. We could have rostered Prescott too. Why didn't we do that? Jacksonville defense been letting me down. As soon as I pick them up, they fucking start sucking, you know? As soon as I pick them up, they start sucking. They're playing the Giants and then Denver. I mean, I feel like that's 2 decent matchups, but Jacksonville's been letting me down. We're gonna go with suck up. We got 2 players here that aren't on the IR anymore that we're gonna need to drop 2 players. Like, what are we doing with fucking Cam Akers? They're trying to trade him. They're gonna wave his ass and someone's gonna pick him up. What if the Bills will try to, like, pick up Cam Akers or something? We need to drop 2 players because of this Tua and Akers situation. Yeah, we start Geno and he has his fucking worst week of the year practically. We're just so unlucky. What's up, shit? You won week... What do you mean, won week 1? I've been as unlucky with fantasy football as I am with fucking cards. It's kind of hilarious. Garrett Wilson hasn't done shit since Zach Wilson's come back as quarterback, and they've won 3 games in a row. It's kind of weird. They're just running the ball a lot. It's just not good. Oh, I gotcha. I mean, yeah, I had Akers and Henderson rostered, and then I dropped Henderson last week, and then, like, the day after I dropped Henderson, the news came out about Akers. I was like, oh, okay. Just... Metcalf has been okay. He had 3 good weeks in a row. Metcalf's doing alright. He gets 7 targets a game. I'm gonna have to drop 2 people here if I want to keep Akers and Tua. Are we gonna start Tua this week on his week back? He expects Tua to start. So do we just drop Geno and say we tried with Geno for a week and he let us down? Do we drop... I feel like we're dropping McKinnon. I feel like we know we're dropping McKinnon. Right? And he's got a bye next week too, so... We're definitely dropping McKinnon. So let's just go ahead and do that. We already know this is happening. So we're dropping Jerick McKinnon. And then... I mean... Are we going to start Tua or Geno? I feel like we got to start Tua. I feel like we'd have to start Tuna over Geno, and then it's like, well, why don't you just drop Geno? I don't really need to roster 2 quarterbacks. They both have a bye the same week. They're both bye week 11, so we can't even play one guy in week 11 while the other guy's on a bye anyway. I think we should probably just drop him. Just drop Geno. Keep the skill players. Keep Akers. We don't need to roster 2 quarterbacks. Tua's going to be our guy. If Tua ends up fucking getting hurt again, we'll just have to pick up someone else. What's up, Chet? Keep at it, man. There's a lot of luck in fantasy football. Yeah, I mean, since we're gonna start Tua over Geno, I don't think we really want to roster 2 quarterbacks. Although whoever, like, okay, this week there's 4 teams on a bye that all have good, offenses, right? So who's on a bye this week? The Bills, the Rams, the Vikings, and the Eagles. So everyone who has Josh Allen needs a quarterback this week, and everyone who needs Jalen Hurts needs a quarterback this week. And they're probably going to want Geno. Let's see who our opponent has at quarterback. Okay, they've got Tom Brady. So if we drop Geno, it's not going to affect our matchup. See what I mean? Because our opponent is playing Tom Brady. So now I think we definitely want to drop Geno. Now that we know that our opponent isn't going to pick him up, now that we know that they have the same bye week, Geno and Tua, and we know Tua's fixing to start, I think the play here is to drop Geno and keep Akers and just see... I don't fucking know what to say. We don't want to drop running backs that have potential. I dropped Henderson, though. I felt so good about my running back situation like 6 days ago, and now I feel terrible about it because a lot of my starters didn't produce. Aaron Jones didn't do anything. Joe Mixon hasn't been great all year. Dobbins got hurt in the middle of the game. Like, all of a sudden, I'm worried about my running backs, out of fucking nowhere. I wonder if J.K. Dobbins is going to miss time. I don't know. It's hard to start Dobbins when it feels like, there's something to be worried about there. Do we play Clyde Edwards-Helaire against San Francisco? Anyway, we don't have to worry too much about who we're starting and who we're sitting, as much as we need to worry about just what we're doing today with the waivers and free agency and stuff. So that's probably going to be the starting lineup this week, unless we find somebody else to play instead of Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson hasn't been doing shit, and then they're playing the Denver defense this week, so that's just not great. The tight end situation here is kind of funky. We have Kyle Pitts, who we drafted high, and he hasn't really done much all year. 19 yards 3 times. Like, what the fuck's going on? They're playing Cincinnati, and then Carolina's got a good defense. Carolina twice. We also have Dawson Knox, who's on that Bills offense, so kind of attractive. We have Njoku, who has been getting fucking, look at this, 5, 10, 7, 6, 6 targets. Pretty good. And we have Gerald Everett, who has been getting looks. We could drop, we have 4 tight ends. You really only need to roster 1 tight end, but tight ends are so precious that it's kind of nice to hog them up and not let your opponent play any. So I think we're just going to drop Geno. We know we're starting Tua. Oh wait, let me look at this. Wow, he actually has Tua in a lower tier than Geno this week, I guess because Tua's coming back from injury. He's got Tua here with the high variance thing. Actually, he mistyped this, didn't he? He was supposed to put Tua above... Look at the colors different. He typoed. Tua's supposed to be above Fields. He's got Geno right here, almost in the second tier. See, and the thing is that I also have DK Metcalf on this team. So if we got Geno to Metcalf, we hope that kind of pays off kind of thing, you know? But we don't really have to do that. He actually has Tua in a lower tier than Geno, but it's got to be affected by him coming back from injury. I don't really care. People used to get concussed all the time when I was a kid growing up in these games, and they'd be back playing the next week and throwing 4 touchdowns. Like, I don't think it fucking matters. I think we just have to go with Tua because he's our best guy, and we just drop Geno. We could drop one of our 4 tight ends, though, and we could keep Geno, we could keep Tua, and we could have 2 good options at quarterback and make sure Tua's healthy and da-da-da-da, blah-blah-blah-boo, you know, blah-blah-blah-boo shit. We just keep them both. And we could drop one of our 4 tight ends, which since Dawson Knox is on a bye, I guess I might want to drop him, but I feel like someone's going to pick him up. He's 68% rostered. Njoku is 90% rostered. Pitts is obviously highly rostered, and same with Everett. Oh, can I click off of that, please? Thank you. I think I'm just going to end up dropping Geno. I think that's the play. You can only play 1 quarterback a week anyway, kind of thing. Let's take a look at these tight ends. Let's look at the average points per game. And, I mean, what? They're giving him 0 because he was out one game. He was really not in that game, was he? Let's just go to total, I guess. I mean, when you look here, wow, I didn't realize this. I actually have the top 2 tight ends. Holy fuck. These are the best. Oh, no, all players. Hold on. All players. That's what we wanted. There we go. Okay, so Dawson Knox and Kyle Pitts really haven't done shit, but Knox has been hurt, though, is the thing. If Knox scored, 8 points here, instead of having 0 or something, then he'd be up here in the tight ends. I mean, Tanyan just scored, though. Tanyan's been coming on, 12 targets. Maybe I shouldn't worry about hogging these tight ends so much. I mean, there are a decent amount out there. Obviously, whoever has Kelsey and Andrews is super happy. Look how many more points Kelsey and Andrews have than everyone else. I have 0 shares of Kelsey and Andrews. That's fucked. It's so fucked up because I told myself we did all these drafts, we did all these practice drafts, and I was like, man, I might take Kelsey number 1. And I was like, oh, I might do this, I might do that, and then I didn't do any of it, and everything I suggested that I should do would have worked out. I think Njoku was hurt the first game. He didn't really play the first game, so even Njoku could be higher up here. This is awful, dudes. So yeah, maybe we don't give a shit about Dawson Knox and Kyle Pitts. There's plenty of other tight ends now kind of to fucking stream if you're someone else. Hayden Hurst, Tanyan. Even Gesicki, I think, is getting in there. 7 targets, 2 touchdowns last week. So there's... people have options for tight end. Maybe I should keep Geno and Tua. Who are the other quarterbacks out there? Oh, Prescott's out there. He shouldn't be available. I can't believe no one had him rostered. Anyway, I think we probably should drop a tight end now that I see that there's so many out there. We should just drop Knox. He's on a bye. We can keep Geno and Tua, make sure we have one of the 2 of them every week. What's up, man? Not much, getting these fantasy football teams going. I'm not expecting Dawson Knox to turn into some sort of world crusher. Kyle Pitts and Njoku and Everett probably have a better chance of crushing the world. Everett probably not really that much either because he's going to have Keenan Allen coming back. He's on a bye in 2 weeks too. Seattle has given up the most points to tight ends. Yeah, their defense isn't very great. Yeah, I think Knox is the guy we ditch. And now everyone's off our IR. Okay. 2 IR slots available. Got a lot of work to do on these teams, honestly. We have a lot of work to do. Let's go to the player list. And let's go here. Rostered. Alright. Cousins is out there. Let's just... Prescott is out there, and he shouldn't be. Somebody should want him. Prescott's bye is week 9. Derek Carr's playing Houston this week. That's not a bad play. Lawrence. Oh yeah, Jared Goff is back off bye, but he's playing Dallas's defense. Oh yeah, his bye is over. So is Carr's. I just want to remember that Deshaun Watson's available. I don't think we're ever going to grab him. Alright. So yeah, the week we drop Juju Smith-Schuster, he scores 19 points, you know? Like, I'm going to roster this guy the whole year, and then as soon as I drop him, he's going to have 100 yards and a touchdown. I mean, it's just beyond frustrating and annoying, you know? It's just fucking unfucking believable how every time I zig, I should have zagged. Every time I zag, I should have zigged these days, but I think it's just how it goes sometimes for periods of time. There's nothing I can really even fucking do about it. Okay, so this Rondale Moore, Marquise Brown just got hurt. They traded for Robbie Anderson, but Rondale Moore can end up being a good pickup here. We'd probably rather have him than Garrett Wilson with how bad Garrett Wilson's been doing. Garrett Wilson needs fucking, Garrett Wilson needs, Joe Flacco back. Where are we at? Scantling, Pierce. Corey Davis, Dotson, Reynolds, DJ Shark is out there. Beckham is out there. So Juju Smith-Schuster, kind of an attractive ad, but he's playing San Francisco defense this week, and then next week they're on a bye. so not great. Rondale Moore playing New Orleans, and then Minnesota, and then Seattle. I mean, Kyler Murray's got no one else to give the ball to. Damn, this Alec Pierce, 3 games in a row, over 10 fantasy points. Running backs. Okay, Deion Jackson, Mike Boone, and Latavius Murray is out there. Gus Edwards is out there. What's going on with Philip Lindsay? Why does it say NA? Why does it say not applicable? Oh yeah, Kenyon Drake here too. Just, going off. Now that I finally got J.K. Dobbins starting, they decided to hand the ball to Kenyon Drake, It's just like, wow. Just whatever screws over Ship Don't Die's fantasy teams, make sure that's what happens. Alright. Gus Edwards. Somebody we can add to the IR. I'm not spending a waiver on any of these fucking guys. Or maybe Rondale Moore, I guess. We need a wide receiver. But is that really a great option? Probably the best option there is. Tight end, Dawson Knox. Well, shit, we just dropped that guy. Tanyan could be a decent ad. Henry. Cincinnati home against Atlanta, I feel like could be a decent choice. Oh, Atlanta doesn't give up points to defenses, really. Maybe it's not a good choice. Let's look at this week. Week 7 projected, show my team, filter, fantasy points, boom. Likes Miami home against Pitt. I like that too because I don't have any Pittsburgh players. Oh, does Boris Chen have Jacksonville in tier 3 though? He does. Why doesn't he have Miami rated higher? Got Miami down here. There's Cincinnati. I said Cincinnati might be good, and then I was second guessing myself, but he's got him ranked up a little higher. Broncos defense? Really? Jets at home? The Jets have been looking kind of good on offense, so... Breece Hall and those speedsters? Next week, Jacksonville's got Denver, which is great. So I kind of don't want to lose Jacksonville. I might just stick with Jacksonville this week. Might just stick with Jacksonville. Oh. I think I'm sticking with my defense. So, we have waiver 3. We're not going to change our kicker. We're not going to change our defense. That's looking like the starting lineup. Okay, so we've got a lot of things to worry about here. We don't want to play Cincinnati's defense because we got Pitts. We want Pitts to go off. The number one thing to worry about here is Garrett Wilson at Denver. I mean, Denver's got a good defense, and Garrett Wilson hasn't been doing shit. And I think we maybe should just drop Garrett Wilson. I mean, Joe Flacco liked him. Joe Flacco gave him 33 targets in the first 3 weeks. Now he's got 15 targets the 3 weeks after that. Then he's got Denver's defense, New England's defense, Buffalo's defense, New England's defense, Chicago's defense, at Minnesota, at Buffalo. I mean, it's a disaster, right? These 7 weeks, can you really count on a Jets wide receiver? I think we just got to be done with Garrett Wilson. If we pick up Juju, we're only going to have Juju for 1 week, and we don't want to play Juju and Clyde Edwards-Helaire at San Francisco. So I don't think we really want Juju. I think we're going after this fucking Rondale Moore, as much as I hate to say it. I think it's Rondale Moore for us. That's the guy I want most. I mean, there's Jets wide receiver, DuVernay for the Ravens. The thing we're thinking about here is our wide receiver. Do I want to spend waiver on another Ravens running back or Deion Jackson? Not really. But since our running back situation isn't as good as we thought, I don't know. Spending waiver to get another Ravens guy, spending our waiver to get Drake so that we have Drake and Dobbins is probably not a terrible idea, because then we can figure out who the guy is and then we can make sure to start him every week. I hate rostering 2 running backs for the same fucking team. I hated having Cam Akers and Henderson and ended up dropping the wrong guy. And I just hate it. I always hated having Penny and Carson 3 years ago. I just hate it so much. I just want to know who the fucking starter is, and I want to start him. But we don't want to... I don't know, man. This team's already so bad. We can't... If we pick up Drake this week, shit, we could probably start him. Who are they playing? Cleveland? Cleveland's got an alright defense, right? They just got killed by the Pats, though. And a running game from the Pats. We want Prescott. We want Rondale Moore. We want Kenyon Drake. What's up, Sean? Using our waiver on Drake might be the way to go. Then we'll have Drake and Dobbins, and yeah. And wide receiver is just something that we can find. Hell, we can play Garrett Wilson this week. Let's just put... Oh, but if we can't drop Wilson for Drake. Who would we drop for Drake? I guess we'd have to drop Gino. Drop Wilson. Drop Gino for Drake. Waivers. I have a crazy feeling about the Giants, so what's that? Drop Gino for Drake. I think that's the play. Try to get Drake off waivers. We'll drop Gino for Drake, and we'll try to keep Wilson. Or if we can't get Drake, then we'll drop Gino for wide receiver. Because as soon as I drop Garrett Wilson is when he's going to have 15 targets again, you know? So that's what they do to me. So they're saying Juju's got the best chance of having a good year the rest of the year. Juju, Robert Woods. Yeah, Robert Woods is available, I guess. Chase Claypool. Oh, baby. Are we interested in Chase Claypool? Rondale Moore. 10 targets last week and 8 targets the week before. And now Marquise Brown is hurt. Duvernay. I can't really, like, what's the other wide receiver we want if we can't get Rondale Moore? Why is he not projected any points? He's only 6% roster. Oh, fucking shit. They're getting DeAndre Hopkins back, and then Rondale Moore is going to be out there next to DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, it could be really good for Rondale Moore. Maybe I should just use my waiver on Rondale Moore. And fuck this Kenyon Drake bullshit. The Ravens have a million running backs. I've got Dobbins, so we don't know what the fuck they're going to do with the running backs. I'm going to be starting Mixon and Aaron Jones and Miles Sanders. As you know, that's who I'm going to be starting. So we got Dobbins too. We got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We got Cam Akers as like insurance, whatever. But really, we need the wide receiver. Metcalf's okay, but Wilson ain't doing it. He's just not doing it. I think we should maybe get Rondale Moore. Maybe use the waiver on Rondale Moore. Let everyone else spend their waiver on Kenyon Drake. Using a waiver on the Cardinals' number 2 receiver seems kind of shit, though. But we need to do something. Wilson's got really, really tough matchups. He's going to be capped. We should just drop him. It didn't work out. We should just drop Wilson. Like, Rondell Moore should see a lot of targets. The Cardinals throw the ball a lot. They're getting Hopkins back. Hopkins is going to get like double covered and shit a lot. Maybe we just go for this Rondell Moore guy. That's the guy we want, right? These decisions are fucking tough, yo. And Prescott's available. I mean, we're sitting here with Geno and with Tua, and we got Dak Prescott out there. Derek Carr, Jared Goff. Rostering two quarterbacks seems bad, but I just don't know how we're gonna start. I just don't know how we're gonna start Garrett Wilson against those tough defenses when he's just had 3 bad weeks in a row with Russell Wilson. I just don't know how we can do that. Why are people dropping him? He's got a Thursday game. Oh, I don't know what to do. I think we want to get this Rondell Moore and just hope that it works out, but Cardinals haven't looked good. 21 points, 29, 12, 26, 17, 9. 9 points against Seattle's defense. That's pretty fucking bad. The thing about putting in a waiver for Rondale Moore is that nobody else is probably going to put in a waiver for Rondale Moore. Like, we could probably just get him for free. No one's going to waiver claim Rondale Moore, are they? Like, Juju's out there, DuVernay, Woods. It just seems like a waste of a waiver now. No one else is going to use their fucking waiver on him. And if they do, I mean, I'll get Claypool in, or I'll get, I'll get someone else. Like Rondale, or Woods, or Claypool, or Pierce, or somebody. Keep changing my mind on this, but it's alright. So maybe I do want to use my waiver on Drake, because we know people are actually going to try to use their waiver on him. Drake and Murray. Just try to grab the running backs. Murray could be the number one guy for Denver the rest of the year. Drake could be the number one guy for the Ravens the rest of the year. We should probably try to grab them. But now we're talking about dropping Geno. I'm saying we might need Wilson, but we know we're not gonna fucking go with Wilson though anyway. So I'll just do that. I'm not spending a waiver on Murray. I think I decided that's what I'm going to do. We'll drop Wilson for Drake waivers if that goes through successfully. Then we're going to need a wide receiver, so we're going to have to drop Geno for Rondale or somebody else. I don't really care who, but we're not playing Garrett Wilson this week. Dak Prescott's available, but I don't know who we'll drop to pick him up. We could drop a tight end to pick him up. We could drop Everett. I might not mind dropping Gerald Everett. We still have Pitts and Njoku, who I think are the two better tight ends anyway. So we could drop Everett, let somebody else roll with Everett. I kind of like hogging the tight end, but not to the detriment of our own team. It might be like we could start Prescott, Prescott could be started. So dropping Everett for Prescott I think makes sense. We kind of know what we're doing. We kind of know. Yeah, that team is looking pretty bad. We're 1-5, but what if we get some luck this week? What if Tua comes back and throws 5 TDs? What if Pitt starts playing football? What if we switch Wilson out for another wide receiver and they have a couple good weeks? Like, we could come back. Our team has potential at 1-5 and a clear 10th place. I still feel like we could make the playoffs. Alright, so this team's in a little bit better shape than the last one. We're first place in this league. We just lost this week, unfortunately, but Jacksonville's defense is on this team, same as the last team, so I guess we're just going to stick with them. Tua again on this team. Same as last team. Metcalf again. We got Tua to Tyreek Hill here. This team's got Hurts and Sanders on a bye. This is looking like the pretty obvious starting lineup. I have Nick Chubb on a few teams, and then we've got Cooper, and then we've got shares of Njoku too. It's hard to start all of them, you know. How many points do you expect the Browns to score? But all three of those players have had pretty good fantasy years. Cooper's been on my bench a lot, and we just need to start this guy every week. I mean, I've missed out on a lot of these points because I always have him on my bench because I was starting Metcalf and Tyreek Hill and 3 running backs. We actually missed out on a lot of these Amari Cooper points. So, I mean, fucking look at these targets. Like, we got to start this guy every week. He's just an insta starter. Can't bench him anymore. So yeah. We have 2 IR slots available. And we don't really have anybody to drop, right? I mean, look at this. Who are we going to drop? No one. Sanders and Hurts we got to keep, and then we got Mostert, Williams, Harris, and Akers at running back. I don't want to drop those running backs. I think this team's kind of like chilling. I don't think we're going to be able to, even if we wanted to pick somebody up, I don't think we're going to really be able to. Which is a good sign. It might mean we have a good team. It might just mean that we have a good team, you know. Lawrence Goff is here. Garoppolo. Wentz. And Fields. Okay. Brandon Cooks is available. Wow. I feel like he should be rostered. Somebody dropped him because he was on a bye. A lot of wide receiver talent out here compared to the last league. There's Londale again. So yeah, the previous league, we really needed a wide receiver, and there wasn't that much out there. This league, there's a lot out there, but we already have what we need, so what are you going to do? Mooney just had 12 targets last game. Yeah, we're just going to stick with Jacksonville again. Carolina's defense, I don't know what to say. I feel like it's super underrated. The team is so bad. Imagine if Carolina's team had a good offense. How much that would be helping out the Panthers' defense. The Panthers' defense has been probably backed up on their own half of the field, like the whole, like all game, every game this year. And I mean, shit. They've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turnovers in the last 4 games, 3 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Tom Brady might throw a pick 6 this week to the Panthers defense. Like, no one gives a shit about this Panthers defense. Like, I kind of get why, but look, there's Carolina right there. 7 points a game. And they have had no offense to help their defense out. So they got to be one of the best defenses in the NFL. They just have to be. The Jets defense, 3 good weeks in a row. 7 turnovers and a touchdown. What about the Jets defense at Denver? That could be good. Then they're home against New England, home against Buffalo, at New England. It's not good. I could see the Jets defense being good at Denver. What about them? No one cares about them? Why isn't Jets defense at Denver being considered? There you go, Jets defense at Denver. And then they might be playing against Bailey Zappi at home. I don't know. That could be okay. They know New England's going to try to run the ball. Ah, man. We had the Patriots defense rostered at 1.2. Broncos, yeah, but are they? I don't know. I have more faith in the Jets defense stopping the Broncos offense than the Broncos defense stopping the Jets offense. I had the Cowboys defense rostered on like 3 different teams last week, too. And fucking let them go. God, I hate everything. We had this Jacksonville defense, which was supposed to be good, and then they got me -1 points this past week. But we could do something crazy and trade him out for the Jets. New England or Carolina? You like Carolina against the Buccaneers? I don't know. It's hard to play him against Tom Brady, I think. What's up, Juflo? I wish I had some shares in New England. They got snatched up by everybody. I had New England rostered a few weeks back, too. Let's just put here, drop Jacksonville for NYG. I don't know. It's a possibility, so I'm going to write it down. It's a possibility, so I'm going to write it down. This Jacksonville defense got me -1 points last week. The rest of this team is good to go. Like, this just has to be the starting lineup. Tua, Cooper, Metcalf, Chubb, Eckler, Waller, Tyreek Hill. That's the lineup. Next week, we got Hurts and Sanders back in the mix. So, yeah, not much to do with this team because our team is actually kind of good, so that's nice. What's this bye week? Week 7. So next week, Eckler's on a bye. Well, Sanders will take his place. And the week after that, Chubb's on a bye. And then Eckler will take his place. That's good how it's staggered. Week 11 is going to be a problem because... Excuse me. We got Metcalf and Tyreek Hill and Mostert on a bye. I don't think there's much else to look at with this team. I guess I'm going to go back and type in my team's players because I just want to get this organized. I want to be organized. Here. And we dropped Knox. And we dropped McKinnon. I think that's it. Alright, going here. Cooper, Metcalf, and Hill, Chubb, Eckler, Sanders, Mostert, Harris. Oh yeah. Curse. 7. Okay. Hurst is gone. Okay. I mean, I don't think there's anything else we can really do with this team. We're in first place, so let's just keep going. Three and 3, 5th place. We got the number 2 scoring team, but we're 3 and 3. Pretty unlucky. Our waiver is 4. Oh, our trade went through. Yeah, I traded Gordon for Dobbins. Well, isn't that something? Neither of them did shit this week. So this team's got Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott. Shit. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins' first game back. No Marquise Brown playing against New Orleans' defense. Compared to Dak Prescott, home against Detroit's defense. Jeez, I almost want to start Dak. I don't think I'm going to, though. Jacobs and Chubb and Eckler. This team's got Josh Jacobs. We have Amar St. Brown on this team against Dallas's defense, which isn't great, but I still think we got to play him. We got Dobbins on this team now. Mike Boone didn't do anything. Can maybe drop Boone. We got Jacksonville's defense again on this team. So it's hard to switch. You know, we have Jacksonville's defense on 3 teams. They're home against the Giants. Like, they're a tier 3 defense, according to Boris Chen. Maybe we should just keep Jacksonville, you know, and stop. Don't switch them for the Jets, because then they're at home. They're at home against Denver next week too. I forgot about that. So we want to keep them because we have them on all of our teams anyway. We're just gonna hope that we're gonna hope they're good to go. We're gonna hope they score because we got them rostered on all of our teams anyway. I think we actually have Baltimore's defense down here, which is fine. So we got 3 shares of Jacksonville, home against the Giants, and then home against Denver. That was the whole point while we point of us rostering them. We knew that Dallas had a tough matchup against the Eagles, and we knew Dallas was on a bye soon. They're on a bye week 9, right? And Detroit's got a good offense. So I ended up dropping a lot of my Dallas defense shares, and of course they're like the obvious. Everyone's like, oh, and they're obviously the best defense now. Okay, great. Glad we know that now. I'm glad we know that now. But yeah. DJ Chark doesn't belong on the IR anymore. I think I'm just gonna drop Mike Boone. I mean, they're giving Latavius Murray the ball over him. Fucking just gonna drop him. He's dog shit. Boone's gone. This guy's off the IR. So, these. And we don't have Ingram either. And we don't have Gordon either. We got Dobbins now. Hill, McLaurin, St. Brown, Murray, Prescott, Suckup. That's the team, right? Kittle and Hill. Yeah, we got Taysom Hill on this team. Of course, when you don't start him, he scores 34 points. And when you do start him, he scores 4 points. That's just the way Taysom Hill is going to be. Oh, yeah, I benched Kittle for him, and then Kittle actually had 10 targets. Like, Kittle didn't do anything all year, and then I benched Kittle for Taysom Hill, and then Kittle's got 12 points. You know, it's just like... just whatever screws me over, you know? Should be for real what happens all the time, 100% of the day, around the clock, every day, all the time, all the live long day. Every second of the fucking day. So we can drop DJ Chark, I guess, but we can't really drop anyone else. I want to keep Prescott and Murray. Murray hasn't even been doing that good. I don't know. I want to keep him. We got to keep all these running backs. I guess we got to keep Terry McLaurin, even though I don't like him, you know, like I don't want to play this guy like ever. We're going to keep Taysom Hill and Kittle. So, the only person that's even droppable is DJ Chark. It's kind of nice they already had their bye. We can start Amar St. Brown and Josh Jacobs the rest of the way here. It's kind of nice. Shit, I mean, in a way, like... we could drop Terry McLaurin. I mean, why do we give a fucking shit about this guy? He's got 1 touchdown in 6 weeks. He's dog shit. I'd almost rather keep DJ Chark. Then we'll have 2 Detroit wide receivers. If Amar St. Brown gets nicked up again, then we can start DJ Chark. Or Reynolds or something. I don't ever want to start McLaurin. I feel like McLaurin is super expendable. At least to find some sort of like ceiling play out there. Like I'd rather drop him and get like Rondale Moore and have a chance at something. McLaurin is so capped in that offense. Alright, let's look at the player list. Allen Robinson finally had a game, you know, just took him 6 fucking weeks. Now they're on a bye. Ugh. No, I'm typing this in the wrong thing. I guess I'm gonna fucking keep McLaurin, man. Fucking whatever. I think we should probably just go for Kenyon Drake again here. Use our waiver for. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's all it's going to be with this team. That's going to be the starting lineup. Looking good. This team projected 122. This team has been scoring a lot of points. A lot of points. Now we have another quarterback option. We got Taysom Hill in the mix. I mean, this is a good fucking team. Alright. This team is not looking so hot. I guess we're dropping Boone again. Get this guy off the IR. Oh shit, Baltimore's defense against Cleveland? I don't want to play them against Cleveland. I have all these Cleveland players on my team. Cleveland's given up the third fewest fantasy points. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to play Baltimore. Uh-oh, man. This team's got wide receiver problems, too. Mostly because Keenan Allen's been hurt the whole fucking year. Why would they play him this week before a bye, either? They're probably just going to bench him again. This team's looking shitty with fucking Jalen Hurts and Dalvin Cook on a bye. Baltimore's defense against Cleveland. That is not good. I think I'm just going to drop them. And they're playing Tampa Bay next week, too. This team is so bad. Elliott, Melvin Gordon, Jones, Daubs, Wilson, who we're trying to get rid of on the other team. It's no good, man. We got Geno over here with Jalen Hurts on a bye. So in this team, we are starting Geno. So the other team, we've got Geno, and we're going to start Tua over him. It's kind of shitty. This team's got Tua and Geno, and we're starting Tua. This team's got Tua and Hurts, and we're starting Tua. This team's got Murray and Prescott, and we're starting Murray. And this team's got Hurts and Geno, and we're starting Geno. Oh. I don't want to start Geno here if I'm not going to start him over there. Doesn't make much sense to me. And I guess we need a bye week fill-in, though, and... maybe it's fine. This team's looking rough. We need Keenan Allen back. Not looking good. Not looking good. Well, there's some wide receivers out there to grab. I don't want to play Baltimore's defense this week. Why are they projected so many points when they're playing Cleveland? Cleveland's got a good offense. It's not like Baltimore's defense has been doing much. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. How can I play Baltimore's defense against Cleveland if I'm starting 2 shares of Nick Chubb and I'm starting Amari Cooper? Like, you know? Jets defense is available. See, this kind of makes me want to just clean house and pick up the Jets defense on every team. Shit, they got fucking 41 fantasy points over the last 3 weeks. Don't want to play him against Buffalo, though. Oh, shit. Oh. I mean, if I could pick up the Jets defense everywhere and play them at Denver, I feel pretty good about that. Maybe I should try. I don't think anyone's going to grab them. I don't think anyone's going to grab them. We're going to try to add Kenyon Drake on waivers, I guess. Maybe we should try harder to get Rondale Moore. What do we do over here? Wilson for Drake. At least on these 2 teams where we need wide receivers. On this team here, we don't need Rondale Moore at all. We have Metcalf and Hill and Amari Cooper. This team, we don't need him really. We've got Amar St. Brown. We've got Tyreek Hill. Like, we don't need Rondale Moore. But this first team is only got Garrett Wilson at wide receiver, and this team's got Garrett Wilson at wide receiver, a hurt Keenan Allen, and Romeo Doubs or whatever. Like, it's just no good. I think we're going to try for Rondale Moore in these two leagues. So we're dropping Garrett Wilson for Kenyon Drake, and if we can't get Kenyon Drake, we're going to drop Wilson for Rondale Moore. And let's say we got him on the first try or whatever. We wanna drop Geno. We want to drop Geno for Rondale Moore. So we're dropping Garrett Wilson for Kenyon Drake. If that waiver claim doesn't happen, then hopefully we get Rondale Moore. Right? So I like that. And then we got to do something like that for this last team too. Dropping Knox for Drake. You know, really, this team needs Rondale Moore more than it needs Drake, doesn't it? This team's got Dalvin Cook and Aaron Jones and Ezekiel Elliott and Melvin Gordon. Damian Harris, Cam Akers, Cordarrelle Patterson on the IR. This team's got a lot of running backs. We almost need Rondale Moore more than we need Drake, but I don't know. There's lots of wide receivers out there, you know? Drake could be the guy. All right, Knox for Drake. If we can't get Drake, then we want Rondale Moore. We'll drop Knox for Moore. Boom. And then we got to do one more claim for Moore. Really, I don't even like this. I don't even like this. How do we clear this? Oh. What's up, Whale? Just waking up at the crack of 4:30 a.m. Australia time. Hey, yo. Drop Wilson for Drake. Drop Wilson for Rondale Moore. Drop Knox for Rondale Moore. Boom. I don't like starting Geno here and not starting him on the other team. It seems kind of dumb. Like, why not just start Geno on both squads? But I think we're done. 7:30 a.m. Oh, you're East Coast. Drop Wilson, Geno for Drake, Rondale. Drop Everett for Prescott. 2 IR slots available. This team, 2 IR slots available. This team, drop Shark for Drake on waivers. This team, drop Wilson or Knox for Drake, Rondale on waivers. Switch defenses. We might just switch out all the defenses for the Jets at Denver. I mean, Jacksonville just fucking let me down. They just let me down, you know? Let's try to get the Jets defense, I guess, on all 4 teams. So yeah, not much for me to really keep track of tonight. We got the waivers already kind of taking care of themselves. I guess if I don't get the waiver, then we'll end up having to make some moves with who we don't drop for the waivers or whatever. We'll have to drop them for somebody else. And then we're just trying to trade out our defenses for the Jets defense. Jets are playing at Denver. I gotta say, I felt better about these teams like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I don't feel as good about them now. We just had some shitty stuff happen right before. Now we've got the Eagles on a bye, so all my Miles Sanders and all my Jalen Hurts shares are having to be benched this week. This is probably going to be the #1 tough week for me in terms of my good players being on a bye. I mean, our starting quarterback in 2 leagues, and Miles Sanders, who's our starting running back in 2 leagues. Can't play this week. We barely scored any points that last week. This was like probably our worst week out of all of them. 60 points, 70 points, 90 and 70. It's just terrible. These same teams the week before were putting up 130, 120, 100 points. 160 points, 130 points. 170 points. Like, what the fuck happened to that? We thought we were going to roll. It's tough now. We're playing an 0-6 team here. I mean, hopefully we can beat this guy. We're playing a 1-5 team here. Okay, so our two shitty teams are playing 2 shitty teams this week. So it'd be really nice if we could get 2 wins here and get out of the basement. Get these teams like acting like we got a chance to make the playoffs. This guy's got Henderson on a bye. He's got his Taylor Scher got hurt. I love how Nixon is projected 17 points, and he hasn't scored 17 points once this year. Oh, okay, the week 1 he had 18 points. Like, that's our main guy. Fucking scrub. Fucking scrub. We've lost some players that, like, we lost Dallas's defense, which is really bad. Like, we didn't know how good Dallas's defense was, man. We dropped them last week before the Philly game, or 2 weeks ago, because we knew the Philly game was coming up, and then they went off the week before, and now they're just like a must start every week, and we don't have them. So we dropped Dallas's defense and let them go, and we're not going to get them back, and it's very sad. We dropped our 2 Henderson shares, and now Henderson's more valuable because Cam Akers is off the team, so we didn't know that was going to happen. So that was a bad move. It turned out, I don't know that it was a bad move, but it turned out to be when you see that fucking, when you see that Henderson's going to be the main guy now. But, you know, we did pick up some Geno, we picked up some Tua. Like, we've had some moves work out for us this year. We picked up Njoku and Everett. They're top tight ends right now. Mostert was a good ad for us. We picked up Jamal Williams in the middle of the season. That was a good ad. We picked up, we traded for St. Brown. We made a good trade for St. Brown. We picked up Prescott, so we got more options there. We picked up Taysom Hill, which is a good thing. So, I mean, we've made some positive moves. Started Knox this week on 2 teams. He got us a touchdown. I think that's it, though, dudes. Took about 2 hours, but mainly it's just the two teams. This team's got a lot of work, and this last team's got a lot of work. And the two teams in the middle, defense and Nick's Chubb, those teams are pretty good. This team is projected 122 points. I mean, Jacobs and Chubb and Eckler, that's fucking amazing. We're talking 3 running backs that could drop 30 points. Tyreek Hill. It's a good team. It's a good team. 5th place, though. Isn't that amazing? It's our most amazingly stupendous team, but we're somehow 3-3. This guy's in 2nd because of fucking defense. It's not like there is any defense. He's just gotten lucky. Playing first place team here. He's got... Oh, yeah, and we're playing the first place team here, but he's got Josh Allen on a bye. So that's really good for us. We need to look at that. 2 in Geno, 2 in Hurts. Ryan Prescott, Geno Hurts. The experts are saying to start Geno Smith over Tua. Maybe I shouldn't start Tua in his first game back, and maybe I should start Geno on both teams, because we know we're starting Geno here. Anyway. You know? Geno has to start there anyway. So maybe we should give Tua... Maybe we should give Tua another week off and start Geno? I don't know. We might be dropping Geno. I don't think we worry about it. Geno's best available in the other league. That's why we're playing him. We're playing Tua because it's got the best ceiling. That's why we're doing it. I don't think we should worry, but it's kind of like... I don't know, like... This first team and this last team are the teams that really need to win because they're not doing so great, and this team's already starting Geno, and this team has Geno, so why don't we just say... Anyone, we got the picture of Geno? Why don't we just start Geno and say he has an amazing week, and then we got him starting on both teams, those teams win, and then we go from there, and then we can drop Geno and play Tua next week or something. We're going to drop Geno in the other league, and we're going to play Hurts next week when Hurts is back. I'm not starting Geno over Hurts. I think I'm just going to cancel this waiver and keep Geno now. But now, drop Everett for Prescott. Yeah, I don't really know, though. We got Tua. I think we drop Everett for more. We start Geno on both teams. I think it kind of makes more sense. Tua's coming back, but I don't fucking know what to say. We got Geno starting there. Why not start Geno there? Because if he doesn't score, then the teams are going to be no good anyway. If we start Tua and Geno, then we need both of them to have a good week. So far, our 4 teams are 10 and 14. Not really where we want to be. These 2 teams seem pretty sexy, though. And these 2 are close. We just need some more consistent play, man. How'd we go yesterday? We made a little bit of money, man. A couple hundred. It's so bad. Well, yeah, actually, we won 2 tournaments. We made 300 last night. We had 6 final tables, 2 first places. Yep. But, yeah, I mean, how tough is this game that you have? What do we have there? 7, 8, 850, 9, 14, 15. So we have $1,600 in cashes there. And then we had 3 other cashes too. So we probably had like $1,700 in cashes. We only made 300. How? Doesn't even seem right. Like the math. Like I didn't invest 2,000 worth of tournaments yesterday, did I? How? It seems strange. I didn't do much rebuying. I didn't buy in any big tournaments. So how do we have thousands in cashes and we only make 300? I don't fucking get it. 20% fucking ROI. But, you know, we got first in the 350. We got first in the 1250. If we got first in the 2.5K, yeah, and first in the 1.5K, and then we're talking about being up a few thousand. Try a couple days on ACR. Why? Why do people keep asking me to play on ACR? Like, I do want to know. Like, are you guys getting paid or something? You're the second person to come in here in the last 2 hours to say, hey, play on ACR. We're not even talking about ACR. We're playing fantasy football. You're the second person to be telling me, yo, you need to play on ECR. I'm having enough trouble beating people calling all-ins with 7-8 offsuit on Ignition Casino. I don't know why I'd want to play on ECR. I don't know. We all just say it. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why, but everyone wants me to play on ECR. I'm guessing that's because that's where you guys are playing and just want to play against me or something. I guess that's it, dudes. I need to cook some food, eat some food, do some stuff with that, so I don't know. Maybe we'll stream some poker later. It's Tuesday Blues Day. We usually stream poker. But, I mean, I gotta say, I'm pretty fucking, like, I don't know. Feeling like I need a day off, I guess. We played for, like, 13 hours yesterday and probably, like, 14 on Sunday. And lost money. It's really nice plugging away at those 30-hour, 40 hours of work in 2 days and leaving with less money than you fucking showed up with. It's pretty fun stuff. Yeah, I might check out the Forge on Dragon Quest XI, you know? I feel that Forge calling me. I think if you feel tired and you don't want to play, sometimes you just need to take a day off, you know? These tournaments are always going to be there tomorrow. I just feel a little bit, I think, too tired to grind. I just feel a little too tired. Plain and simple. Yeah, I want to Forge. I want to play the Forge game. That game's fun. Alright, y'all. Maybe some gaming later.